Hello, and welcome to our tutorial on how to run an NCFE Functional Skills External Assessment. The College Exams Officer is booking a paper-based exam on NCFE's online portal. Entries can be made up to 10 working days prior to the date of the external assessment through the portal. If you need papers sooner, you can fast-track your entries. Get in touch with your Centre Support Assistant to find out more. For online assessments, these must be booked through our online assessment system. A Centre Support Processor at NCFE Head Office will be made aware. The exam papers, invigilator register and other important guidance documents will be packaged together, ready to be securely posted. Your exam papers will be sent out 7 working days in advance of an external assessment. When they arrive at your centre, someone will need to be available to sign for them. Here you can see the exam officer opening the courier envelope containing the sealed envelope with exam papers inside. The sealed envelope must not be opened until the exam room on the date of the exam. You may check the invigilator register against your own records. All the paperwork should be stored securely until the day of the exam. Here's a reference from NCFE's regulations for the conduct of external assessment. On the day of the external assessment, an invigilator should retrieve the exam papers from the secure storage. The invigilator can refer to NCFE's regulations for an example showing how to suitably arrange an exam room. NCFE's regulations also state that it's the centre's responsibility to provide a suitable location. All posters that could assist learners should be removed or covered up. Learners should arrive in plenty of time for their exam and wait outside the exam room until instructed to enter the room by an invigilator. A colleague should always be available in the event of an emergency. Once learners are seated, the invigilator may then check that the papers correspond to the register and then hand them out. In a scenario where a learner isn't on the register, the invigilator should request identification and record them on the register as a pirate learner. Learners should have the instructions detailed in Appendix A of the regulations read to them before the exam starts. Here we can see that the invigilator is reading an exam paper. If a learner asks for help, all an invigilator may do is tell the learner to read the question again and answer as best they can. If a learner requests to go to the toilet, they should remain seated until the invigilator has called for his or her colleague, who will escort them from and back to the exam room. An invigilator should notify learners at the point when there is 15 minutes remaining and 5 minutes remaining. In the case that a learner has finished their exam before the time is up, they should check that all their details are on the front of the paper, and then may be escorted out of the exam room. Once the exam is finished, all papers should be collected, checked against the register, and then the register signed with the start and finish times. Finally, both the papers and register should be placed into the envelope and sealed. Here, the invigilator goes to return the papers in the post box. Papers must instead be returned by special delivery or secure courier within 24 hours of the exam. There are a few more points we'd like to make you aware of to help you when running your external assessment. Firstly, a teacher or tutor cannot be the sole invigilator for learners that they teach functional skills to. Next, if a learner requests a colour paper, for example due to having dyslexia, the paper must not be photocopied and instead requested through NCFE's Reasonable Adjustments policy. Finally, this scene shows a learner sitting an NCFE online assessment in their bedroom, which isn't an appropriate location for an exam, nor is there anyone here to invigilate. And that's how you'd run an NCFE Functional Skills External Assessment. Please check the appropriate regulations for full guidance on each qualification, or speak to your Centre Support Assistant for further clarification.